Early speed is a big advantage at Del Mar, but the big issue in the sprint figures to be who fires and who doesn't. The trip will be less important here than in other races. Aloha West didn't run until he was 4, but has gotten fast. His last 3 would probably get him a check, and if the race was in Kentucky, he'd be likely to run another. Out here, we don't know. CZ Rocket ran 2 huge ones earlier this year at Oaklawn, tailed off, and is now heading back forward with his good effort concealed by a wide trip. This one is locally based and is very likely to run well, but comes from far back and has a history of wasting big efforts with wide trips. Dr. Shivel threw a big effort out of nowhere last year and had an impact. Shortly afterward, he disappeared for 9 months, then came back at the level where he left. In his last, this colt broke through with a big new top, which looked even better than it was because he saved ground. We expect a big effort to set him back again. We think he will bounce. If this race was on the East Coast and Frenzy Fire was the Frenzy Fire of years past, he would be a major factor here. But it's not, and he's not, though he can be used underneath in exotics. Following C got down to a big one in his 3rd start, and it took him 4 months to get back to that level, which happened last time out. We would play this horse to bounce under any circumstances, but when you throw in Pletcher's record in these races and the East-West issue. Jackie's Warrior was a great 2-year-old and is a great 3-year-old. His last 2 were good enough to take this easily, and getting a little weight as a 3-year-old, he could back up a couple of points and still win. With a healthy pattern, good rest, and time to acclimate, and a trainer who knows how to do this, he's a very likely winner. Lexingtonian is capable of running well or putting in a stinker, and he seldom does either twice in a row. It is worth noting that he put in a decent effort shipping to Del Mar last year, although that was at a different time of year. This guy is well rested, should be ready to run a good one, and has numbers that could get a piece. But we'll see how he handles a ship. Special Reserve has gotten a whole lot better since Mike Maker claimed him, and his last 2 would give him a shot against anyone not named Jackie's Warrior. Maker has only tried this a couple of times, and neither time did they run well, and his overall record shipping to Del Mar is mediocre, which leaves us with yet another East-West ship with question marks. We have 3 separate opinions in the sprint. The first is that Jackie's Warrior is the most likely winner of the entire Breeders' Cup. The second is we don't like the other 2 3-year-olds, following C and Dr. Shivel. The third is that CZ Rocket is likely to run well. If he can avoid a wide trip, he's very likely to get into the exotics.